The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Here are the top stories of the hour. President Bongbong Marcos led the signing of the renewal agreement of Service Contract number 38 or the Malampaya Gas Field Concession. The President witnessed the signing of the renewal agreement in a ceremony at the Malacanang Palace this morning ahead of its impending expiration in 2024. The deal has been renewed for a final 15 years. According to the Energy Department, extending the concession until February 2022-2039 will ensure that the remaining gas reserves are further explored and utilized. The DOE also says the discovery of additional reserves will boost the country's quest for energy security. Business World earlier reported that Prime Infrastructure Capital Incorporated, whose subsidiary is a member of the Malampaya Consortium operating SC38, sought the 15-year extension for the concession. Prime Infra initially said it was optimistic about the Malampaya gas field and expects to extract gas from a new well by 2026. The Malampaya project, which began operations in 2001, has produced natural gas and supplied it to 5 power plants in Luzon, which account for 20% of the country's power requirement. Motorists, you might want to fill up your tanks a little early, as oil companies are expected to implement a price hike on fuel products this week. Based on a forecast by UniOil, prices of diesel are seen to go up by 1 peso and 50 centavos per liter starting tomorrow, May 15. Prices of gasoline, on the other hand, are projected to climb by 30 centavos to 50 centavos per liter. If implemented, the price hike would break 3 consecutive weeks of rollbacks on diesel prices. The Energy Department says oil prices are only seen to increase this week amid the ongoing crisis in the U.S. banking sector. Octa reports an increase in COVID-19 positivity rates in some areas across the country. Octa research fellow Guido David said Metro Manila's COVID-19 positivity rate jumped to 25.4% from 22.7% a week ago. David also flagged rising COVID-19 positivity rates in other areas including Batangas, Camarines Sur, Cavite, Isabela, Quezon, and Rizal. For infectious disease expert Dr. Rontgin Solante, the uptick in COVID-19 positivity rates is primarily due to the spread of subvariants. COVID-19 positivity rate refers to the percentage of people who test positive for the virus among those overall who have been tested.
This is driven by the new subvariant of Omicron, the XBB.1.16 and the XBB.1.5, which is now the dominant subvariant globally. And in fact, 40 countries is now reporting this Arcturus or XBB.1.16, which is highly transmissible, very transmissible over the other variants that has been that we had experienced before.
At least 12 areas in the country experienced a dangerous heat index level on Sunday. Topping the list of the highest heat index on May 14 was Dipolog, Zamboanga del Norte, which recorded a sizzling 47 degrees Celsius. That's on the high end of the danger level, which ranges from 42 to 51 degrees Celsius, according to Pagasa. Other areas with danger heat yesterday included Butuan City, Agusan del Norte, Muñoz, Nueva Ecija, Dagupan, Pangasinan, Legazpi, Albay, and Pasay City. Pagasa says a dangerous heat level could likely cause heat cramps and heat exhaustion on the body and possible heat stroke with continued exposure. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The Foreign Affairs Department insists that it did not violate its labor agreement with Kuwait. This supposed violation was cited as the reason for Kuwait's decision to halt the issuance of new entry visas to Filipinos. DFA Assistant Secretary Paul Cortez says the government did not violate the trade pact and noted that the Philippines is only implementing its own laws, particularly the Migrant Workers and Overseas Filipino Act of 1995. The law mandates Philippine embassies in locations where there are large concentrations of Filipinos to put up welfare and assistance centers in their premises. Cortez explains the measure is important to ensure the safety of Filipinos in Kuwait.
Kailangan natin magtayo ng shelter para sa mga kababayan natin eh. So we could not have agreed to a provision that will allow us not to establish a shelter para sa mga kababayan natin because that's our law. And syempre, pag nag-agreement tayo with another country, lagi natin tinutuhog yan with our domestic legislation. So kung taliwas yan sa ating batas dito, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-agree internationally.
Meanwhile, the Manila Economic and Cultural Office assures the public that Filipinos in Taiwan are safe despite tensions with China and the conduct of military drills in the Taiwan Strait. MECO Chairman Silvestre Bello says the Taiwanese government is ready to protect Filipinos in the territory. The agency is also optimistic that the Philippines won't lose its visa-free privileges in Taiwan in case tensions escalate between China and the United States in the Taiwan Strait.
We were informed na there might be some policy changes, pero hanggang ngayon wala pa naman. And I'm still confident na yung ating visa-free privilege will not be discarded. Kasi kailangan nilang mga Pilipino.
International arrivals in the country have reached a 2 million mark since the start of the year, surpassing the Tourism Department's baseline target for 2022. Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco says over 2 million arrivals from January to May has exceeded the entire year's target for 2022 of 1.7 million foreign visitors. Frasco says the data is proof that international travelers remain interested in visiting the Philippines, despite the country facing challenges due to the pandemic and various calamities. The department said that South Korea topped the highest number of visitors at over 24%, followed by the United States, Australia, Canada, and Japan. The DOT also recorded around 169 billion pesos in inbound visitor receipts from January to April. More medals have been captured by the Philippines over the weekend at the 2023 Southeast Asian Games. Eldrin Ando scored her first SEA Games gold medal in record-breaking fashion at the 59-kilogram weightlifting event. Ando set new records with a 98-kilogram lift in snatch and 118 kilograms in clean and jerk. She finished with a total lift of 216 kilograms, also a SEA Games record. With this, the Cebuana weightlifting fairy halted Vietnam's three-peat bid and got the Philippines its first gold in the sport this year. In fencing, the women's saber team falls short and settles for silver against defending gold medalist Vietnam, 45-36. This is still a better showing for Team Philippines, which bagged bronze in the last edition of the Games in Vietnam. The men's épée team, meanwhile, also lost to Vietnam and nabbed the bronze. Philippine Jins Kurt Barbosa and Samuel Morrison also won gold medals in the Taekwondo events. Tokyo Olympian Barbosa defeated longtime idol Ramnarong Sawekwihari of Thailand in the final of the 54-kilogram category. In the 87-kilogram event, Morrison downed Indonesia's Nicolar Armanto in what would be his final stint at the SEA Games. Morrison says he will now focus on his family and business after a successful national team career. In women's hoops, Gilas women fended off Thailand to boost their silver medal bid 82-70. The team has no chance of securing a third straight gold after Indonesia swept their single round-robin matches. Gilas improved to 4-1 and will need to beat Malaysia to secure second place. After a medal-packed Sunday, the Philippines is fifth in the medal tally with 46 gold medals. It also has 72 silvers and 86 bronzes for a total of 204 medals so far. Vietnam continues to lead everyone else with 107 golds, 92 silvers, and 95 bronzes for a 294 medal total. It is followed by Thailand, Indonesia, and host Cambodia. And that's it for this hour. I'm Diego Castro. Join us again at 11:15 a.m. We are One News. All sides, all the time.